A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew chapter 9 verses 18 to 26. Passage taken from the Message version of the Bible. As he finished saying this, a local official appeared, bowed politely and said, "My daughter has just now died. If you come and touch her, she will live." Jesus got up and went with him, his disciples following along. Just then, a woman who had a haemorrhage for 12 years slipped in from behind and lightly touched his robe. She was thinking to herself, "If I can just put a finger on his robe, I will get well." Jesus turned, caught her at it. Then he reassured her, "Courage, daughter, you took a risk of faith, and now you are well." The woman was well from then on. By now they had arrived at the house of the town official and pushed their way through the gossips, looking for a story, and the neighbors bringing in casseroles. Jesus was abrupt. "Clear out! This girl isn't dead. She is sleeping." They told him he didn't know what he was talking about. But when Jesus had gotten rid of the crowd, he went in, took the girl's hand, and pulled her to her feet, alive. The news was soon out and traveled throughout the region. The Gospel of the Lord. Reflections on the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 9 verses 18 to 26. Today's Gospel account shows Jesus healing two women. Total and absolute trust is shared by the city official and the woman with the haemorrhage. These are scenes of liberation. Both of them drew close to Jesus in order to obtain from him what no one else could give them: liberation from sickness and from death. One of them is the daughter of one of the city officials. The other, a woman afflicted by a sickness that has made her an outcast, marginalized, someone impure. But Jesus makes no distinction between the rich and the poor, between the one with authority and one who is an outcast. Liberation is generously given to each of them. Apparently, there is nothing in common between them except the need to be rescued to life. In both the encounters, Jesus avoids the limelight. The story of these two women can be our own story. Jesus allows himself to be reached by the needy. He does not ask them verifying questions. He does not look at their motives. He does not put any type of demands for his service, economic or moral, for his immediate intervention. The service is gentle and free. He does not look at the appearances. He is moved by pain and reacts to illness and death. The two daring gestures bring the young woman's father and the bleeding woman closer to Jesus. They both dared to get the attention of Jesus. A fearful person or a self-conscious person would never dare to break with their social image, to put themselves within the reach of the goodness of the Master. The girl's father, an official, humiliates himself by kneeling before Jesus. The sick woman dares to venture into the midst of the crowd, fully knowing that she could be stoned. In both cases, the two expose a lot in the search of salvation, in the search for a healing. Jesus just says the strange phrase, "Your faith has saved you," to the sick woman, and he takes the sleeping girl by the hand. He avoids highlighting the authorship of the miracle, to highlight the value of faith, a faith that is capable of the impossible.